everybody. Welcome to the Sport Port. So, today we are going to talk about week 13 of the NFL season. So, obviously, Thursday night already happened. Patriots versus the Bills. I said I think the Bills are going to win, but for my stuff, I'm going to pick the Patriots just because I'm a Patriots fan. I've got Boston Celtics in the background and a Patriots flag up there. I'm sure you can make out that that's Patriots. So, we picked them. They lost. So, it will count as a loss on our record, but I did say that I think the Bills would probably win. So that sucked. But this is going over this week. So with that loss, 59-23, which I'm pretty good with. That's like 72%. It's like 0.719, I think. So perfectly fine with that. Above 70% is great. I am not complaining about that at all. So obviously took that L there. But we're going to go through each game here. Just quick, reasoning on why I picked this game. I'm not going to go in depth for 20 minutes on each of these teams. Just go right into it. So, Commanders, Giants. I think the Commanders are going to win this one. Commanders have a decent run defense. Saquon Barkley is the Giants' only guy that can do something. And I think that they're going to kind of hold him. I don't think he's going to have a big game. And if Saquon doesn't have a big game, the Giants don't have a big game. So I'm not seeing much happening there. I do like the Commanders in this one. Then we got Broncos, Ravens. Pick the Ravens. Broncos are probably like bottom 3 team in the NFL. Right there with like the Texans. I mean, they just lost to the Panthers. So Ravens, I think, are going to win this one. I don't think they're going to blow them out or anything. I'm not super high on the Ravens this year. But I do think they're going to win. Then we got Steelers, Falcons. I do like the Steelers here. I think will have a good passing game here. Kenny Pickett finally gets to go against a bottom tier defense. So I think he's going to have a good game. Pickens and Freiermuth and that are going to have a good game here. But I just don't think the Falcons will be able to keep up. And I think that Mike Tomlin is going to win this one for him. I am a little sick, so I'm hoping I can just keep the coughs quick instead of dying like I have been lately. But then we got Jets Vikings. I like Mike White a lot. Well, I like Mike White a lot more than Zach Wilson. I don't love Mike White or anything, but the team is better when Zach Wilson is out. So I think that they'll put up a fight, but I think the Vikings win. I think the Vikings are just a more consistent team. I think that they're just going to come out with it in the end. They don't have an amazing defense or anything. I think it'll be kind of close, not necessarily, a blowout or anything by the Vikings, but I think it will be, a close game where the Vikings win by, 5, the field goal to a touchdown, right? I don't think they're going to blow them out. But next we got Browns, Texans. Obviously, this is a big one in the drama standpoint, but I do like the Browns on this one. Not because of Deshaun Watson. I think he's going to have a little bit of a hard time, but he's going to have a bit of a hard time against one of the worst defenses in the NFL. I think there's going to be times where, he's been out of the game for a long time. It's going to be, a little stressful for him, especially in that scenario. I think he's going to run quite a bit, but I don't think the passing is going to be great from him. So with that being said, I still think that even if Deshaun Watson has like the worst game of his career, the Texans won't win in this one purely because they won't be able to stop, Amari Cooper or Nick Chubb. So not too worried there about the Browns. And then the Jaguars-Lions, I am really high on Christian Kirk this week. I don't know why. I don't even have him in fantasy or anything. I don't have him on my player props or anything like that. I just am high on Christian Kirk this week. I feel like he's going to have a good week. And I think the Jaguars are going to win off of a big game from him. I don't think the Lions will do bad. This is another one where I think it will be, touchdown difference. It'll be a one-possession game. But the Jaguars will still win it. Then we got Packers-Bears. Got to pick the Packers here. Bears just, aren't good. Their best receiver's out, and their best receiver would be a wide receiver 3 on some teams. So it's going to be rough for them. They can't rely on Chase Claypool or anything like that. So I don't see much happening there. I see the Packers coming out with the win on that. Titans Eagles. This one I am excited for. I think this will be a very, very good game, but I think the Eagles come out with it. They go against the Titans, who have Derrick Henry, obviously. Traylon Burks has looked great, but Philadelphia's defense is very good. They have a great running game and passing game. Titans have one of the best running games, but I don't think it'll be able to even out there to be able to beat the 10-1 Eagles. Then we got Seahawks Rams. This is getting into the 3 o'clock games, so, Central Time, that is. But 3 o'clock game, Seahawks Rams. I take the Seahawks here. Rams are awful. They can't get anything on offense. Their defense hasn't looked like what it should be with the guys over there. I think the Seahawks come out with it. I think they win pretty convincingly. I've thought about starting Kyren Williams this week in fantasy, but I'm not even going to do that because I think they're going to be trying to pass so much, catching up from behind. But even then, I would start no receivers on that team, right? So I just don't see any scenario where the Rams come out with a win in that one. Dolphins Niners. Very excited for this one as well, but I think the Dolphins win. Tyreek's good. Tua, he's been getting full practices in. Jalen Waddle is fine. So obviously the 49ers have a lot of weapons, but I still just feel like the Dolphins are going to win this one. That's just a feeling I have. It really could go either way, but I am pretty confident in the Dolphins, keeping it close. Then we got Chiefs Bengals. This one also, these 3 o'clock games are going to be pretty nice. So then we got Chiefs Bengals. I do think that the Bengals are going to win this one. I think the Chiefs are going to have a really good day. I think it's going to be very close. I think it's going to be very high scoring. But Jamar Chase is coming back. Looks like Joe Mixon should come back. So I'm not too worried there. Chiefs, obviously, they're going to score. Patrick Mahomes is going to get a bunch of yards. But I just don't see them winning in this one. And then we got Chargers Raiders. I like the Chargers in this one. Keenan Allen is showing out. He's doing pretty good ever since he's gotten back. Obviously, Mike Williams is out. But I like Joshua Palmer and I like DeAndre Carter, so I'm not too worried about that. Raiders, I think Josh Jacobs can have a great day. I think Devontae Adams can have a great day, but they can both have a great day and lose. And on the other side, they have, Keenan Allen obviously isn't Devontae Adams, but, and Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs is very close. But still, I just feel like the Chargers are going to come out with it. Raiders just seem to lose games, even when their best guys do very good. Then we got the night game, Colts-Cowboys. Got the Cowboys in this. Colts, I'm rooting for them. I want Jeff Saturday to do good. The team hasn't looked bad since he's been there. It's definitely looked better, but that Cowboys defense is going to obliterate the Colts. Obliterate. It won't even be close, in my opinion. They are going to pick off Ryan, absolutely. And if you can't get a passing game going, it's going to be really hard to get your running game going. And if you can't get your running game going, it's really hard to start the passing game. But, you can run it all you want with Jonathan Taylor. It's going to be really hard to put up points against this Cowboys defense. And I think the Cowboys are going to blow them out. Then, Monday, Saints-Bucks. Picking the Saints here. Mike Evans never does good against the Saints. Tom Brady is, they're having a hard time anyway. They're 5-6. They're negative right now. And obviously the Saints were 4-8, but I just think that they're going to come out with it. They just always seem to show up against the Bucks, and that is why I like them there. But now that we got that out of the way, like I said, 59-23. Love that line. So hopefully we can keep it going this week. This is what we do here, though. This is the most important part. But every time I can feel a cough coming, I try and drink. So last week, we did pretty good. 26-9 is very, very good. So the whole point of these, I explain it every time, and I'm quicker about it now. I have a channel overview if you want to see how I do it. But takes 2 of these, put them in a parlay together. That's how it works. So So if you want to take Bengals Seahawks, those two lines, smash them together in a parlay, and then you get minus 120 ish, right? Which is perfectly fine. That's a decent amount to get. As the normal ones I give you are minus 110 to minus 115 ish, around there. So, and then obviously if you go, Seahawks Saints, where that is minus 215, you'll get a little bit more. But I do really like some of these, like Seahawks one. Like I said, I think they're gonna crush the Rams. I don't see the Rams doing anything. Dolphins, I could see them winning, so they're also expected to lose. So they were already, I believe, like plus 2.5 or something like that. So I get a touchdown and a field goal on a team I think is gonna win. I love that. Bengals plus 7.5. I think that it's gonna be a high scoring game, but I think it'll be a one possession game. Whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, plus 7.5 saves us on that. Then we got Saints. I think they're going to win. Get them at plus 7.5. You can move this to plus 10.5 if you want. And it will be in that, minus 280, minus 300 range, which is a bit more. But I liked them at minus 215 here. So being a little riskier there, but I do like that one quite a bit. Sorry. So if you parlay all these together, it's plus 261. Never recommend that, though. Take, 2 and 2. Throw down a unit on Seahawks Dolphins and throw down a unit on Bengals Saints. Do it that way instead. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so never recommend putting them all together. I like taking 2 at a time. And it's worked out pretty well. 26-9. We've had a few weeks where all of our picks hit. I remember in the first week we went like 5-0, and we haven't really gone that good since then. We've gone like 4-1 and stuff like that, but then we've gone like 2-0. But I wouldn't take all of them at once. I'd pick 2 that you are also confident in and go with that. So plus 261 if you want to do that. Otherwise, you're probably going to be getting like minus 110, minus 120, something like that with these. So last but not least, we want to get back into these a little bit. I'm not very good at player props. Just do one that you're like, oh, do you know what? I'm also confident in that one. Do not listen to me blindly on player props. I don't do very good on them. But we do have 6 here. So, Patrick Mahomes, as I said, big offense game. He always throws for 300 plus every week. So I like that. Josh Jacobs, I think he's going to have a great game. They're not afraid to put it in his hands even when they're down. So 99 rushing yards, I think that he could absolutely hit against this defense. Justin Herbert, I think he will have to pass quite a bit over there. Austin Eckler is a great pass-catching back, and he can take off with it. Keenan Allen, as I said, has been showing up, and I like their other receivers, even though Mike Williams is out. So I like his over on his passing yards. And then we got Tua over on his passing yards. I think that they will win, and it will be because they keep that ball up in the air. And I think the 49ers will stop them a few times, but I think, they only put up 13 against the Saints. I think the Dolphins come out with this, and they're going to have to attack them in the air to keep up. So now we got our unders. Deshaun Watson under 1.5 pass touchdowns. As I said, I think that he won't have that good of a passing game. I think in the red zone, they're either going to run it with Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt, or run it with Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson could have 2 rushing touchdowns this game. But that's not what that prop is. And I really like that under 1.5 pass touchdowns there. I don't think that he passes for 2. He may pass for 1, but that doesn't matter to us because we have the under. And then Michael Pittman Jr. is probably going to be on Trayvon Diggs a lot of the time. That Cowboys defense is going to give them no time to pass. Matt Ryan's going to be struggling back there, and Michael Pittman Jr. will probably have a hard time getting open. I don't see him getting over 40 yards. I definitely don't see him getting 60. So, before my throat gives out on me, thanks to everybody who stops by. I hope we can keep up these streaks that we've got going on. Remember, player props have not been the absolute best for us, but I do really like our safety nets, and I do really like our other picks just for all the games. So, thanks to anybody who stops by, and I will see you on Monday when we go over these.